So, what does race mean to you?
Like the color of your skin or like where you're from.
Okay. Do you think that racism can be eliminated?
Yes and no. No, because there's always going to be that few group of people that are going to complain. But I feel like it's getting eliminated. So it's like it's been like eliminated since like slavery and stuff. Like there's not, you don't hear it as much.
I think negative racism is on its way out, but stereotypes are always going to be around because stereotypes have a basis of truth to them. Because, I mean, I feel like it isn't, people like hating each other is on its way out. People are becoming more accepting of each other, but I think as long as people are different, which is going to always be the case, there will always be people who don't like other people.
Do you speak up when you hear racist comments?
I try to stay neutral and don't really do anything about it.
What does being Hispanic or Latino mean?
You are from Latin America or of Latin American descent or Spain.
Yeah.
So, what stereotypes do you associate with someone who's Hispanic or Latino?
There's usually the stereotype they are lazy, they don't work, and they're in this country illegally.
Like landscapers and dishwashers.
Names.
How do you feel about the idea of like illegal immigrants in our country?
It's fine if you want to come here legally, like that's all good. But like if you just come here and then don't do anything, I feel like it's kind of a waste.
Yeah, this is like the area where I'm very independent because I think that we should help as many people as we can, and I support immigration, but I support legal immigration. I don't support people coming into the country without permission.
Yeah, because it comes to a point when like, because they're relying on our food stamps and our tax money to get by when they don't even probably pay taxes and do all of that. So then they're basically stealing our money. So,
I wouldn't assume that they all do that because some of them come in here illegally because they aren't able to come in here legally and they work their asses off. And
well, those people are different, obviously.
But it's
the group that doesn't.
But there's also a ton of Americans who do that. There's a lot of Americans who don't work, rely on food stamps, and like suck off of.
Of all the illegal immigrants I've talked to, none of them use food stamps. They just get by on their own.
So, tell me if you guys already know this fact. Did you know that 90% of our Social Security system is based on illegal immigrants who pay taxes? Like, the money that goes towards Social Security is because they, like, pay the money for it. And that's, like, the only reason we still have it.
Didn't know that. I did know that Social Security is fucked up because there's too many old people.
How does that, like, make you feel knowing that illegal immigrants are literally what's saving the Social Security system?
I think that
It's basically gone. Like, we're not going to have Social Security when we're older. It's kind of a fact already. So,
I think that we should help the illegal immigrants become legal.
yeah, like, we should make it easier to get to America. But like,
To a point,
To a
because that would
We
increase
can't- we
terrorism.
should live.
And yeah, I feel like that we should. Illegal immigration is obviously a problem, and I never ever want to assume that illegal immigrants are always a problem, because absolutely not. But I think there should be ways that they are in this country and have a better rap and like.
and also they believe in the same values that we do, because some illegals come in here and don't even know like how to say the Pledge of Allegiance or like know like all the justice system and all that. I feel like that's kind of important if you want to be an American citizen.
What was the question?
It was the fact
I
that
had an answer and then I got distracted by the bunny.
the Social Security system.
Oh, right, yes. Migrant farm workers basically hold up our economy anyway, so it doesn't surprise me that they also hold up the Social Security system. Because people don't realize how shitty our country would be without them.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel when people, like American citizens, can't pass the
Citizenship test.
yes.
Yeah.
Their citizenship
Ashamed to be in this
test
country.
is
Yeah.
fucking impossible.
I disagree.
I couldn't pass
I
it.
could have
Yeah,
passed it in 8th grade because I did the research for it.
I'm sure if I did the research for it, yeah, but
I think there should be because I know people who can't locate their state on a map, and there are people who don't know who the president is or what Congress is or anything. That pisses me off.
Yeah,
there really
sad.
needs to be
that's
a better.
sad.
I think I could go on for hours about the education system in the U.S., but I think that we need to have classes that teach us about the stuff that you should know as a citizen. So I think it's valid that people coming into the country find the citizenship test impossible because it's wicked hard unless you study your ass off for it.
Yeah.
I did an entire trimester in middle school learning every fact to it, and it was a lot of work.
Oh, okay. I just thought of this, and I think this is a really good question. So this was, sometimes we apply situations that have happened in the news. I don't know if this was just in my state or if this was a national thing, but there was a situation in a school where an illegal immigrant put her son in the school, and when the school found out that the mother was an illegal immigrant and the child was an anchor baby, and they couldn't pay for the food system, they took that child's food away and threw it in the trash.
Oh my god.
That's wrong.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
so it was
I've heard of instances like that happening where they blame the children for stuff like that. I mean, there was in the news a couple years ago that this kid ran out of money in his account, so the lunch ladies came over, took his tray of food, and threw it away. And that was if there's issues that are the parents' fault, under no circumstances should they ever blame the children. I mean, no matter what, that's just wrong.
Sure. All right, this is Joseph. He's from Gordon College. What does it mean to you about being Hispanic or Latino?
So you asked me, what does being Hispanic or Latino mean?
Yes.
The way I have learned, it's that it means that you are either from Spain or from a country that was colonized by Spain. So anywhere in Latin America, you would classify as Hispanic or Latino.
And what
So for
stereotypes
Portugal.
are usually associated with someone who is Hispanic or Latino?
Stereotypes. I mean, you think of a lot of Mexican stereotypes. If you're just thinking of very base stereotypes, you think of a lot of times people make jokes about people who cut your lawns being Mexican or stuff like that. Gardeners, day laborers, but that is not true in the most part. Anyway.
All right. People who are Hispanic or Latino who are coming into our country legally or even illegally, do you think that they have the right to be here?
That's a very loaded question. Honestly, I mean, you have a right to travel and go wherever you want. I honestly, I'm not too informed on the whole immigration process. Because I know there's a lot of nasty rhetoric from both sides, especially from the Donald Trump side of building a wall. But I mean, I do think people coming here have a right to be here. We can't just throw people out for no reason.
All right. And when you hear people saying inappropriate or racist things, do you often speak up?
I think the good in me, or the side of me that wants to be perceived as good, would want to say yes, I speak up all the time, but if I'm going to be honest, it's probably more half the time. Because the people I know who are saying racist jokes, I know they're doing it in jest and they don't mean anything by it. I guess at some level I should, but it's just natural not to all the time. All ethnicities make this country effing stronger. It's good stuff.
All right. This is Dan. He's also from Gordon College. What does it mean to be Hispanic or Latino?
Usually when I hear the word Hispanic or Latino, I just automatically think Mexico. because that's the most like relevant like thing as in like living in America or in North America. That's like the most relevant area that I think of. So I guess I would say Mexico would be the first thing that comes in my head.
What stereotypes are often associated with someone who is Hispanic or Latino?
Well, you have like all the jokes about like people being like fast or like can I don't know like jump the walls and stuff. I know like this is awful, but like I don't know. Those are like usually the stereotypes you think of, or like like taking Americans' jobs, but really, or like the like the low wage jobs.
People who are Hispanic or Latino that are coming into our country legally and even illegally, do you think that they have the right to do that?
I think that people who come here legally absolutely have the right, but if you're coming here illegally, people who are here illegally aren't bad people at all. They're just trying to find a better life and better opportunities. But that doesn't really make up for the fact that they're not here legally. Do I think they should be given the chance, or that we should make it easier to come to this country for certain people? Yeah, but I guess if they're here illegally, I mean, there are laws for a reason, and I would say that people who come illegally shouldn't be allowed to stay.
Right. And when you hear people saying inappropriate or racist things, do you often speak up?
I don't usually, but like as Joe said, it's usually like my friends who again like don't mean anything by it. I mean it's still not like appropriate, but it's not real like racism, I guess. It's just people trying to get a laugh because they're insecure about themselves. But I should definitely speak up. I don't though normally.
I mean, what's your opinions on the Hispanic and Latino community becoming one of the largest ethnicities in the United States?
It's not a bad thing at all. I don't think it's. I think it's good to have different ethnicities everywhere. It's good to have a broad view and more experience and culture in areas. So I'm not like scared of that as other white people are, or like think it's a bad thing. Like it's good.